This demonstration will show you how to use the GetList reference within a K2 workflow. GetList reference is helpful in any business process that requires a reusable reference to a SharePoint list throughout multiple steps of a K2 workflow. Let's take a look at a process that makes use of the GetList reference step. I have a workflow that will need to reference the same list in multiple steps that implement update list, delete list, and send email. Let's open the update list step and look at the available options to get a reference to the list. You can get a list reference by configuring the Browse to List option, which allows you to plug in filter values to help the wizard find the specific list you need for this step. When you use this option, the list reference will only be available inside this wizard, which means the send email step that fires after this step will not be able to use this reference for the list. I can also perform this same configuration with the delete list step, but by doing that, I'm now forced to duplicate work that I already performed in update list. If my site collection ever changes for this scenario, then I'll have to update every step individually, which could get rather cumbersome if the workflow grows. So backing up a little bit, this is where GetList reference can be used in an earlier step to create a reusable reference object to this list. I'll go ahead and drop GetList reference onto my design canvas by grabbing it from the ribbon menu at the top. Here you can configure the filter properties that allow the wizard to go out and look for the list in question. My list for this workflow lives under a subsite called Surveys in the Denalix Portal site collection. So I'll ensure that the site collection setting is set to the portal site. Then for subsite relative URL, I'll enter the following value. One more thing to note, plug in as many filter values as you need here to help the wizard find the specific list. I have a separate workflow that was used to create the list we're looking for here, and it used the title column from the SharePoint list under the Item References group in the context browser. So I'll drag that field into the name input box. Also take note of all the other list property values available in this filter configuration screen. The ID field can be a very helpful value to use if you know the specific GUID of the list you want. And finally, enter in a meaningful reference name for this list as it will appear in the other workflow steps, which I'll show you next. Okay, so now that we've created the reference object for this list, the Update List step has the ability to use it in the Specify List window, as you can see here. The Send Email step also has access to the list reference from the context browser under Item References. So from here, you can drag fields into the body of the message if you have the need. And just like the Update List step, the Delete List step also has the ability to use this reference in the Specify List window. So having seen that, that sums up the capability you get with the GetList reference workflow step. Thank you for watching this demo on how to use the GetList reference wizard. We hope you have a better understanding of how and when you can use this workflow step within processes used by your organization.